Morning, folks. 7:40 a.m. Monday, November 27th, 2017. So, why does your life still suck? Not everything about life sucks, but are you having the life you want? Are you happy? You're happy because you get a little this, a little that, or something, or it's a good week, you got a bonus, and you're enjoying that new car you bought yourself. Can you be honest with yourself and just look around? Look through your life, what's happened. Feel good about what you've done to manage to keep going, the fortitude you've shown. But let me ask you something. How good is your life? You have children you love. Is their life what you want it to be? Your better half. Are they having the life you want them to have? Look around you. Look at the suffering. Look at the death. There's joy too. But this question is for not a select group. I'm selecting out a few different thought processes. But I'm going to make a point. There's a lot of reasons why people are on the internet searching right now. There's a lot of reasons why people are searching in many ways, in many places, for many things. Big question, what the hell's going on? Those of you that are religious, you have your gods and deities. Why isn't life perfect, especially since they're supposed to be? You have an all-powerful, all-forgiving, all-loving God, and yet life sucks for you still. You pay taxes, you break your arm, your children get hurt, you can't get the money you need to send them to the school you want, those you love die around you, you have to keep paying for this, doing that. Disease, cancer, watching people slowly die that you happen to love and care about. Love is awesome. I'm not talking about feelings. I'm talking about understanding what the hell's going on. So those of you that are religious, how come you're not having a wonderful, perfect life from your perfect God or perfect being? Those of you that believe in the universe, this universal power, spirit, it's godlike, but we don't call it God because we're not a religion. I'm talking about others, mostly the lawless act of attraction, called the law of attraction. This universe spirit wants you to have something, yet you have to ask for it, right? All right, if that was true, which is not, the first thing I would say is, all right, arrogance. The thing is arrogance. It can give you what you want, but it wants you to ask for it properly first to appease it, because it must think it's better than you. For itself, it must know it. So those of you that want to believe that, those of you that are in the law of attraction, how come you don't already have what you want? Because you need to buy another book, get to that next level. And then you learn it and say, oh yeah, I feel that things are better. I asked to see something green and I saw a dollar bill. Yeah, how many dollars I saw something green, it was a dollar bill. How many dollar bills are you going to spend a day? Be realistic. You can twist yourself into believing anything you want. But reality is a whole different thing. This talk is multi-layered. It's not what you think. I haven't even got started yet. So law of attraction, what do? You get a little bit closer, but then you got to buy the next course. Just a little bit up, okay? A little bit up. This stupid stuff on the other side, that's going to come into this. What controls your life, okay? Now, so we have the joke of the law of attraction. You know, if it can happen, why hasn't it happened yet? How come you don't have what you want? Well, I wanted more, but then I decided not to. Bullshit. You wanted a lot more and you didn't get it. The worst thing you can ever do is lie to yourself. There's one phrase, a couple phrases that are in most all your religions. You can take a pile of crap and put a good couple carrots in it. Carrots are really good for you. And then I ain't touching those carrots. Okay? But two phrases I really like. One is a golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And then I have my own addition to that, but don't expect anything. You know, do unto others. Take care of others like you hope they might be nice enough to help you. Help them as you hope they might want to help you, but don't count on it. Don't wait on it. And the other one is, they say, to thine own self be true. I said, man, be who you are. Don't hurt anyone. Don't attack anyone, but be who you are. And hopefully you won't attack yourself. So, everyone's looking for understanding what the hell's going on. Everyone's looking for an easy way out. The easy button. Get that easy button. Hell, use your feet. Jump up and down on it. See if you can get it to work. And then when you can't do that, guess what you're going to find out? You're not in control. You're in a body. You're having life. If everyone could control their own lives, this reality, this third dimension, the physical dimension, would be insane. Everybody keep wanting more. Better, more, better, more, better, more. Very few people are satisfied with smaller amounts of things. But still, you have all these perfect, wonderful, loving beings and universal powers and everything. All these wonderful, beautiful angels. All that crap, and you don't have a good life. One without pain and suffering. One where you can have children and there's no pain. One where you don't have the pain of watching your children die in front of you. Or being blown up, butchered by war. Disease, slowly killing those that you love, whether they're your family or friends. So, you got all these gods and universes and all these stupid thought processes. What the hell's the matter? Where's your damn happy life? Happy moments? Yes, you have to have happy moments. Creation was set up like that. Creation was set up so that you'd have enough happy moments to keep from killing yourself. Otherwise, by the age of 10, everyone would be committing suicide. So, how come things aren't the way you want them to be? If you're in a law of attraction, if you're in a religion, how come you have this perfect God and deities and everything? Jesus died on the cross to forgive you for your sins. That's fucking stupid, okay? That's insanity. He ain't around anymore either. So let me ask you something. If he died for everything you've ever done wrong, so how come life still sucks here and there? Okay? If you say you're having a good life, consider the words, the thought process you're using for good. I have all these difficulties and bullshit to deal with, but that's okay. I keep going. I have children that love me. I might have lost 2 of my children, but hey, I have more. That's okay. Everything's fine. Really? This, if you're serious about taking the journey to finding out who you are, if you're serious about becoming reflective to understand more, to become a wise individual, wise, W-I-S-E, wisdom, W-I-S-D-O-M. What is wisdom? What's wisdom? You know things. Well, you know how. You take data, it's relative, in numerology, it's relative to the number 8. You'll see it in and out of stuff. And then you can collect it, and then you take it, you put it into your body, into your heart, and it's in your brain, it's in your heart, it's moving around. It becomes understanding. Numerology number 2. Number 2, numerology is compassion. It's coming together and it's understanding. So you go from data that gets processed through your body and your metaphysical abilities that everyone has. This word psychic is a bad joke. No such thing. Everyone has metaphysical abilities. It's how well you've learned how to relax, open up, and use them. And then there's, getting cranked up, like the DNA ICUC that I put out that turns that into a series of tornadoes, hurricanes, I don't know. Whatever. The different people put it different ways. But back to the topic here. You have to literally receive data, digest it within your spirit, yourself, within your energy field, so then you understand it. The more different understandings you have, the greater your bucket of wisdom. That's where you get to become number 9. It's a number for elder. And an elder is someone who's learned, usually almost always, that's always experiences that are necessary to create that understand, that wisdom, that amount of wisdom. And experiences are part of understanding. So, if you don't start with good data, you have nothing. Look at your Bible. That's funny. This is almost going to sound like a commercial. When I talk, it just comes out. Okay, that's me inside talking through this body. Okay, and there's a lot more to me than the little piece shoved into this, compressed into this body. So, what about the Bible? The Bible says in Genesis, God was there. Where'd God come from? What is God? How come there's a male and not a female? He created Adam and Eve. He's perfect, totally all loving and everything else, made God and Eve, and he screwed, and they made Adam. God made Adam, and then later on used one Adam's rib to make Eve, ribs to make Eve. What? Why didn't he make her like he made Adam? I mean, everything about it is a bad joke. It's symbology. No, it's bullshit. It's a load of crap. So where'd this God thing come from? What was it? How come it was only a male? It was a singular. It's supposed to be a singular entity. By the way, its original first being, and it's dead. Both halves of it, male and female. But it's been deleted for crimes against the creation by what they built to protect them, because they just wouldn't stop. But anyway, so these, we only have one God, it's male, but yet throughout life we see male and female, animals, people, and stuff. Yeah. So what's up? There's an occasional difference here and there. Things that are hermaphroditic. Angels themselves are both male and female energy. Most people don't know that, but whatever. So how come there's only one male? Did they have a fight and he killed her? Maybe he ate her. No such thing. The original first being was an it. It's what they call G, Z-H-E. Sounds like G-H-E-E. Written like she, but with a Z instead of an S. It split itself in male and female. Where did it come from? First dimension. Where all other sentient, initial sentient beings are created. And there was the one. That's what we came from. And there's 4 more new ones now. So there's 4 new gods coming for everybody. So they're not gods. There's no such thing as a god. If something was worth your praise, it, number 1, wouldn't want it. Number 2, wouldn't allow it. Because it was love. If it loves you, it won't let you go down a thought process like that. If something doesn't love you, if something doesn't think you're equal to it, if it doesn't feel you're equal, in all honesty within itself, if it does not feel you're equal, it's not going to treat you worth a crap. Why? Because it's better than you. You need to serve it. Gee, praise, offering plates, on your knees. If somebody hits you, turn your face and let them hit the other side. What does that teach you? How to take abuse. There's your religions. God is all perfect and all loving and everything else. Well, then how come I get the crap beat out of me every day? How come there's this and this and this and that? And I don't have the money to pay for my medications because my car broke down and I got laid off. And, well, God's teaching you lessons. The only lesson you can ever get from that is that he, as far as he's concerned, you suck, it's about him. And by the way, the original first being out of loneliness split itself into 2 different parts, basically the same, but with more frequencies of this over here and those over there. Create a male and female. So what the hell's going on? I'm going to hit this thing again. So what's going on? That's why I was laughing a minute ago. It's going to sound like a commercial. It's not. I'm trying to make a point. I wrote this book for a reason. And I'm finishing touching up the 2nd book, and then I'm also writing the 3rd book while I'm doing this other stuff. So this is where the first being came from that you call God. This is where how everything happened in the beginning. $24.95. You can get it on Amazon.com, Amazon.Europe, i.e. all over the world. Plus, you can get it at thespiritualfoundation.com. I'll tell you where you need to get something. I talk about Chowati, CHO-WA, Chowati. You can buy it at Amazon.com. That literally helps the energy in your body get balanced by soothing out certain parts of your body, your blood, your chemistry, everything. It's incredible stuff. I have it every day, pretty much, unless I know I need not to. It's very relaxing, very balancing. I don't get a penny off of that. Not a penny, never have. I pay the same price you do. You'll never see any commercials on this program, on this video feed, Essex channel. Never. If I know something's good, I'll tell you about it. Other than that, I'm not here for money. They actually pay you to do that. I don't care. So, anyway. The original first being had too much lower frequencies in it, what we call negativity. And it was lonely. It was alone. So it got a little twisted. Had too many lower frequencies, not enough heart energy. And then it started creating more praise machines. It did it through abuse. That's why things are the way they are. That's why, even though you can have good days, in general, your life sucks. There are some people that are, if they can have a bad life, they don't care. They don't care about anything. Well, that's because they're mostly lower frequencies, what we call negativity. And that was done to them, folks. That's just happenstance. When the original first being, male and female halves came together, released a third of their energy 5 different times for making the souls. And then the first time I did it, when they created the other 2 large source pairs, and Arae and Lily, and the first original angels, Lucifer was the very first creation they made, and the fields of essence, human essence, fey essence, which fairies, elves and stuff, animal essence, plant essence, and then universal essence. And this human essence is an inner too. I forget a lot of stuff, but universal essence, stars are male, always male. Every star is male, period. Every planet is female, period. I just started releasing the, what they call the Kundalini, the 2 spirits within your body. I just started releasing the female planetary essence out of bodies. January 2nd to 24th, I'll have everything out of there that's in bodies. Now, fish, reptiles, stuff like that, I don't know that I can get everything out of there. I'm still actually learning. I understand things before I ever do it. There's no regular animal on the planet right now that has planetary essence in it anymore. They're already gone. So you want to know how everything started? You can take your religious books and set them down somewhere, because as you grow and become yourself, there'll be a step you took in trying to find yourself. You don't need to burn them up, rip them up, flush them down the toilet, blow them up or something. You know, that's silly. I've been at this going on, it's not even 10 years yet. It's over 8. That's funny. It is getting closer to 10 years. That's wild. It's been going strong for well over 8 years, but it's actually been going on over 9 years. Anyway, what I am is really strong, and I keep understanding more and more. A lot of people want to ascend. Ascension is literally when you come out of your body. But as time goes on, you grow stronger. As soon as you open up and relax, you grow stronger. The more you release yourself into the field from time to time, the more you can see, feel, and understand. The field is part of me, and I'm really busy, and the human brain can only handle so much. You got to remember, you're huge, but it's only a piece of you that's put, the strongest piece of you, and only a piece of that is what goes in your physical body, and it's wedged in there real hard. You're crammed in there. It's like trying to put 10 gallons of water inside it. Well, it's like trying to put 1,000 gallons of water into a 5-gallon bucket, and you can't compress water. So the toughest part of you goes in there. It's like trying to pour a swimming pool into a balloon. It's not going to happen. So all you have is what's in there. You take a tuning fork, smack it, it sounds beautiful. Okay? As spirit, what are you? High vibration, very high. Okay? You don't have a body. You're free form energy, but sentient energy. So you're spirit with energy that comes off of you, the spirit. You have focal points inside you, one primary one. That's known as your brain. When I talk to spirit, I go right into the energy. I see it as energy, and I go into the primary focal point. I can affect its other energy focal points in there, but there's one primary one, which that's the part, the piece of most of what goes inside you. It's It's not my fault. I didn't make this creation. It's not my fault that people aren't aware of exactly who they are. And I have a job and I'm doing it. And it's to fix everything. And I will when I get out of here. I've already done more than most people would understand. But things are wrong and they're going to get fixed. Back to the tuning fork thing. So when you take a tuning fork, you hit it, and it's a soft, beautiful tone. That's like you have a body. Clear, beautiful, clean frequencies. There's no body or anything. You take that tuning fork, hit it again, you listen to it, make sure it's okay, stick it in some oil. Let it sit there for a second. Pull it back out. What do you get? Bleh. That's like you as spirit, sentient energy, being put inside a body. There's a huge filter like this. It goes like this. It's almost like a big salad mixing bowl. That's kind of what it looks like, but it's energy. It goes around you right here. The base of what you are goes down into your main core, what they call a kundalini. It's a dual spirit core, and we're changing that to single core. It goes straight up and down through your body, and then it goes through this filter. When it comes out, the rest of you out there is pretty much asleep. Okay? Not frozen, not, it's just like you're hibernating. Okay? That filters out emotions and other stuff to keep that from going in your body. Most of you that are awake and listening to me, your energy is close to or bigger than. If we put you in the middle of the U.S., your energy is either close to the east and west border, or you're touching both the oceans as energy. That's why you're stuck in a body. So could you imagine on this planet over 7 billion people with a lot of energy coming out of them, and it's all awake and alive? First off, you can't put that much power through a physical body. You blow up. You can't put your knowledge, all your knowledge as who you really are, spirit, sentient energy. You're just in a vehicle you're driving. You can't put that into a physical brain anywhere. Trying to do that, you'll have as much success as drying your hair in a microwave. And don't anybody do that. The atrocities that are done to others. I mean, everything. This is insane. This creation. It was made to abuse you while you're in a body. Because when you're having a life in a body, when the body dies, you come out, you go poof. But when you come out, when the body dies, you come out and you've had a real abused life, where you've been beat to hell, boom, you grow more. So why do your lives suck? Because they're made to be like that. No matter what philosophy you want to make, no matter what someone comes up with, it is what it is. You're not in control. Learn how to control your destiny. I shall materialize this. What do they call that? I forgot the word they use. I will manifest. I've seen people take a penny or dime, whatever, and put it into a planter, and I'm going to grow my money by putting this coin in the dirt. Now, you want to have more money, be careful about spending it. Try to make better decisions about the money you spend. And work hard. So if you have that philosophy, no matter what coins you put in a planter, or no matter what, whatever you do, 3 times a day, hop 10 times on your left foot only, whatever silly thing somebody wants to make up, you're being careful about what you're doing, and that's why you're doing better. Okay? Otherwise, everybody in the law of attraction, the lawless active attraction, would have new cars and everything else. God really loves you, so he gave you bone disease. So what would one Christian, I guarantee, is going to say, he loves you so much he wants you back home with him. Yeah, but this is suffering. It's okay. Really? Because you're not suffering, I guess it's okay? I've had people tell me before that I'm full of it, and then they call me back screaming. Something's attacked me, blah, 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 blah. I've had people tell me that you don't have the right to go into people and do things and everything. I said, yeah, I do. I am what I am. I serve, I protect. Nobody tells me what to do, and I only do what's best for you. I don't matter. And then when all of a sudden they have a problem, like something's attacking them, first person they come run to is me. I always get rid of what's bugging them, and I just, forget it. Hang up. I used to do that a bit when I was first starting. People's themselves being attacked, their children being attacked. They can all see. They understand. They see something attacking. Then I tell them what it is, who it's in, and everything else, and I say, "Yep, that's him. He's out in Switzerland. He had something nasty inside her. This one incident I'm thinking about." So I talked to what was inside him. I told her 3 times. I said, "You screwed up. Last time I talked to her, I said, 1 more time. You attack that woman or her family or anyone, I'm going to grab you and I'm just going to delete you." That means destroy, spirit. The next morning, a lady called me up and she said, "Jay, she attacked my daughter." We were friends back then, and I'm like, oh. So I turned around and looked, and I saw everything, and I said, "Son of a," and I went and talked to her, and I looked right at her, and she looked at me with a screw you attitude, spirit. Not the woman, the spirit itself that was stuck in this other man that was out in Switzerland, somewhere around there. So I killed her. And then the spirit. I've never killed a human being or anything like that. So anyway, not in this body, not in this life. So I went ahead and told her. She said, "Okay, thanks." And then she called me back about 25 minutes later. And she had already called her friend, a supposed boyfriend. I said, "He's got 7 girls in different states over here. You make 8 in the U.S. that he's quote-unquote dating." So, and I told her the main states where they came from, and she confronted him with it, and he kind of lost it. But then later on, when this energy started, this female soul that this other person let inside him, and this can't happen to just anyone. You have to have like 27% minimum lower frequencies in order for that to happen. And it's almost not happening at all anymore. Things have changed. Ever since that original first being male and female were gone. Well, we're destroyed. You need to know they're not gone. They're gone forever. It's the difference. They'll never do be able to do what they've done all their lives. They never had one life. But I know all the time they were running lives and putting people in bodies. They never had one life. They didn't care about you. Here's your loving God. So anyway, so I went in there, ripped her out, and when I did, I actually grabbed some of his negativity, his lower frequencies. It's the first time I ever did it. Got rid of her and cleaned him up. So she called me back when I called her up and said, "Done." She told me about it. It didn't take 60 seconds even. So I called her back, said it was done, and less than 5 minutes later, she got a phone call from the guy. And he just, lit up. He was crazy, she said. He kept screaming, "I've been raped, spiritually raped." And she told him, "Hey, I told you what was going to happen. I told you I'm tired of it, and the attacks, you didn't care. I told you about Jay. He ripped it out. She's dead." No, she is. She's gone. There's a male hanging around that guy too. I talked to him. He decided he's going to just leave, go. So he's a different person now. That would be great to bring into my this meeting in court I'm going to have here not too long from now. I can't though, not unless I had her permission. But anyway, And then she said, as the next week, 2 weeks went by, she said he's nicer than he's ever been. That's what's behind what they call an exorcism. Except when you do an exorcism, you're calling on Almighty God to fix something that they allowed to happen. That's like someone that gives you food to eat every day, and then they take a food away so you can't eat anymore. And then you go starving. And the next day they said, here's some more food, praise me. It's like, what? I worked for a guy like that one time. He shorted my check, $300. And I said, hey man, we're supposed to be friends? Done a lot for each other? I helped you make how much money? And you underpay me, and now you took $300 from me? No, your books are wrong. And then the next week he said, do you want me to pay you what I owe you, what you think I owe you, or what I think I owe you? I said, why don't you go frack yourself? Because I'm about out of here. I've had enough of your crap. So he paid me an extra $100, and he was like, hey, am I cool? Praise me. Am I cool? I looked at him. I said, you're still a thief. You owe me $200 from last week still. And you're trying to impress me with taking money from me? Do you really think I'm that stupid, dude? So, packed up and left. I need to finish a job I was doing. It's a larger job. I want to get that done. I want to just never want to leave a place with a large job halfway done, because then the customer goes through a hard time and it's not their fault. Whatever. So, anyway, so you have this wonderful universal being that can provide you whatever it wants, whether you call it God or the universe, whatever. How come you don't have what you want? How come there's still a lot of parts in your life that really suck? If you have to learn something, the only thing you can learn from that is they don't care about themselves. So, they don't care about you. I'm sorry. People who think that there's some God that, loves them and everything and is perfect, going to take care of them, and yet they won't take care of them and they keep praising them, they don't really care that much about themselves. They're giving in to despair that that's the way it is and there's nothing they can do about it. And when you get in that frame of mind, a religion, government, philosophy, that's when they hook you. The law of attraction. You're doing better. You're almost there. 2 more courses. It's unreal. The original angels that we used to have, the original first angels, there'd be 3 to 5 of them usually on you. And if it's time to save you, it's time for you. If you had to live longer, it's stuff you had to do and you needed to get more abuse, they'd save you. They literally put you underneath the car, put it around you, just literally bust through time and move things, dimensional moves, make a dimensional rift, and it just goes right by itself. That's the way our friends or ETs can be in a room walking around, but never actually be in a house physically. It's an interdimensional thing, yet they can make the body physical enough to where you can move your arm and feel them, or they can actually push you to move your body. The whole time they're on the ship, there's a beam where it's like they're almost there. It's an interdimensional rift. Folks, I have a lot of information for you. That's why I do these videos. That's why I write these books. Creation, it's beginning in your origin. That's how it started. All of us came from the original first being. And there's 4 new ones waiting to come out. I had to put out the information for you so you'd have it if you want it. That's doing my job. I'm not force-feeding anyone information. You don't have to watch this. If you're smart and you give a damn about this kind of stuff, about you and those you love, download it. It's free for a reason. Hey, that book, it's not free. Was it $24.95 or something? How much does it cost for a good meal when you go out to eat? Here's food for your brain, right there. Food for the brain. And then book 2 is all the wars, the fighting, everything going on, the history of the earth, Atlantis, Lemuria, the first 2 ages that we had an established form of civilization. The Adamic bodies coming here, as well as all the other folks from the Pleiades galaxy, Andromedan, all over the place. I bet y'all didn't know that the Anunnaki are Pleiadians, did you? I've been around for a very long time. Not this body. This body's beat to crap. It's 82 years old. I don't know how many diseases. It's falling apart everywhere. My multiple sclerosis is getting worse. Having some issues. Whatever. I don't care. I'm out of here soon anyway. But anyway, I need to just stop and get out of here. Folks, those books, the second one, like I said, I'm touching up. It's not available right now, but the first one is. You want to know where you came from, how everything started? Right there. Tells you everything. How the first being was created through happenstance. Why everything's the way it is. Why you have abuse in your life. Book number 2 tells you about why it's going. What's happened to change all that. And book number 3 is telling you about what's going to happen. What's going on with your lives. Wait till you find out about the new energy bodies that you're going to have. When your body finally dies, when you finish your life naturally, you're going to go home to the other side. Second dimension, 1.5 foot to the left, 3 foot up, and just a little bit up here to the right. Then when you do have another life, you're going to go to a different universe in a new body that's spirit, and everyone's like that. You're not running around where people can't see and feel you. It doesn't happen to you while you were in that body, and then all of a sudden, poof, you disappear. You finish the life. You go home, and then when you wake up, you wake up as yourself, home where you belong in the second dimension. And then when you do have another life, which is going to be 100, 150 years, Earth years, the amount of revolutions that the planet has, makes the day, and then the time it takes to go through a year, the cycle, it's different for relative to the size of the planet. The mass of the planet, the orbital situation, the size of the orbit, gravitational mass. Time is constant, but people don't understand it. It's out of time. No, it's always in time. It doesn't work like that. There's people that say, Jay, I don't believe that. And it's cool. I don't care. I'm offering the information, man. You go hitting something in front of me, I'm getting in your face. Other than that, it's none of my business. As long as you don't hurt someone else, you get abusive towards others, and you need to be free to explore yourself, who you are. That's what's coming. So, wait till you see book 3. But see, the thing is, book number 2 is not going to make near that much sense before you read book number 1. Book number 3, it's not going to make sense until you've read book number 1 and book number 2. Oh, it's some kind of marketing ply. No. If you want to understand someone's life, don't you have to start from the beginning? Who their mom and dad were, where they grew up, what was going on. And then book 2, this person developing through the earlier years, adolescent, getting out of the adolescent years and everything, and becoming a young adult. And then the third book is about, how creation If you want to think of it as a child finally finished growing up, what happened? So I was there. My other half, Lily, my better half, she and I had the first 100+ million lives together alone. Then the animals came in for about 200 million lives after that, and then the other essence came in, and then it was all on a planet called Arae. There's a lot of her mass here that's from the planet. It was blown up before the souls were created, released in 5 waves. The fifth wave of souls, there's folks running around that have had 19, 23 lives, and the Earth is no picnic. It's one of the 4th most nasty planets there is in the whole, 3rd dimension. And there's 1,672 new universes already made. There's another one that's being kept away from everything else. It's about 3/10 built. It was stopped right in the middle of it. Anyway, that's enough of this, but so I'm trying to help you understand. Excuse me, I'm trying to help you understand. Here we go again. Trying to help you understand the fallacy of all your religions and thought processes. Now, what I offer is what happened. It's what happened. It's what exists. I help you become stronger, become more of yourself, and you find it for yourself. You make up your own mind. Simple, man. Very simple. It's important to me that you realize so that you can fully appreciate who you really are, how things got this way, and to try to give you a little hope about, hey man, it's changing. The most important things have already been done. Now it's a matter of cleaning up the mess and reorganizing the shelves. And then you'll have much better lives. As you come into a body, whether it's a solid mass or energetic, to have a life, you have strife. That helps you develop a spirit and everything else. But this abuse hurts you. You produce abuse frequencies. Folks, you want to know what's going on? This book, okay? That's how it started. You get that in my videos, you can understand more about what's happening. There's a lot of stuff. I've got so much stuff in my videos. It's not the same as having the book. But, and I've got almost 530 videos or something. So it's hard to go through that and get what you need. But excuse me, you want to wake up, become yourself, find out what's really going on, understand things for yourself, by yourself, to have your own truth, because the only truth there is what you understand already, and your collection of understandings. That's the only truth that exists, what you know at the moment, and we learn more as time goes on. I'll tell you something that's true, because I understand. I've had 10.846 plus trillion lives. The older lilies have had over 8 trillion. Nothing comes close to that. I can't remember everything while I'm in a body. I can remember, I almost want to say too much, but that's incorrect, because I need to have that memory and act accordingly relative to what I understand and what I know. I need to use the wisdom that I have to perform my function. Serve and protect. A judge, a policeman, somebody tells me what to do, I'll listen. It's a body thing. Other than that, I don't do, if something's wrong, I'm not going to do it no matter who says what. So, something comes up ever in court where I feel something's important, I might contact the person and see how they feel about it. But other than that, no. I give you personal consultations, and they are. They're not to be put out in public. What happens in court is public. So, I had one crank up where I literally knocked stuff off of a shelf completely. Not one thing broke. I was putting out a ton of energy. She had stuff inside her head. It's nanites. She freaked out. That makes sense. All of a sudden, a whole shelf empties out. That would take things a long way. Get a hold of. I won't do it. The lady I was talking about earlier with her daughter, and the issue with her boyfriend out in, I think, Switzerland. I'm not going to drag her through that. I don't need to. And I won't. I won't because it's wrong, period. I'm kept from doing everything I want to do for people. Like, I'll tell them, hey, I'm going to send you this, get it to you as soon as I can. I got all this other stuff going on. I want to do so much more than what I can. Sometimes I get caught in that. What I can't take care of properly while I'm here, when I'm out of my body, myself again, they'll get 10 times, If I forgot to send them a rock that I promised, they'll get something worth a lot more than that. I always do everything I can for everyone. Anyway, so folks, that's why there's problems in your life. Your lives were made to be like that. They were growing you larger and larger, abusing you as hard as they could without making you want to commit suicide while you're in a body. And then you come out larger, and you do that life after life. And then when it was time, December 21st, 2012, is when the larger soulmates were supposed to be put together and brought to one of these new universes. There used to be like 3.1 something thousand new universes, and it was broken down to 1.672 now, 1,672. But anyway, the bigger they made you, that when they put you in one of these new universes, and they told everyone, we're going to make you gods of the universe. You go in there, release a third of your beings, a third of your energy into little beings. So the bigger they were, the more little beings they released, and they were all to praise Mother Father God. Mother Father God is supposed to come out December 21st, 2012. People are supposed to know about them. Sylvia Brown talked about them all the time. Sylvia's a really cool person. She just, spirit, who she is inside. So, the original first angels would make you. They were servants of the original first being, male and female. They made you do things. They take their energy, go down inside through your upper crown, middle crown, lower crown, right into the hypothalamus in that area. And they would tell you, you have to run right into that tree. You would say, oh man, I got to hurry up. And you go out there, run right into that tree, beat the crap out of your head. You try to run through it. And then after that happens, they pull their energy out, and you're like, what the hell did I do that for? So, someone gave me a hard time once. And I saw what was hanging around him, energy. And it was actually the original first being female, back before the fighting got really nasty. And he gave me a ton of crap just in thought, never even said it. He was in his head. But I saw his thoughts, heard his thoughts. I saw her literally go down on him. She made him go up to the corner of a wall where they had a reinforcement in there. Just look at it, lean his head back, and bam, bang his head on it hard as hell. And he fell to his knees. He got up, and one of the other folks working there is in the Starbucks. And this other girl named Sammy, she goes, Steve? And he goes, what did I do that for? And I looked at him, I said, what's the last thing you were thinking before that happened? I see this stuff. I'm no better than nothing else. None of us are. How can you have any kind of hope for happiness or anything else in creation if everything's not equal because it exists? If you don't have that for a base format, you got nothing. You have everything trying to be supreme. No. Sorry, ain't happening. So, anyway, folks, look, I need to stop somewhere. I love y'all, and I need to put this out there so you have a chance to understand it. All I have is what's been going on, information. You take the data, absorb it, that becomes your understanding, and then it becomes wisdom. Numerology, number 8, goes to number 2, then goes to number 9. So, that's your awakening. Using your abilities. When I tell you something you don't understand, guess what you do? You got to look at it for yourself, and even though you don't know it, you're softly using all your abilities. And hey, want to talk to spirit guides? These cards right here, Jared's Runes of Awakening. This is the Elder Fruth Arc plus more than that many extra cards from other planets. They're symbols. They're symbols, and you look at it and it gets the basic meaning. Then you turn around and get another one. So the more you talk with your spirit guides, you'll see like Ansus up, it means good message. And then when you see it inverted, if you're in awakening process, it means this is true. Don't deny it. Listen to this. But once you wake up a little more and you're trying to understand a card and you're reading the cards, boom, 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 then all of a sudden you get Ansus inverted upside down. Then you could be being told you didn't understand what I just said. How do you know? By using the cards and waking up. You learn how to talk with your spirit guides who are right there with you. It's much better than having someone who's called a reader or a psychic or something like that. It's much better than having someone like that with you all the time, because they're there on the other side and they're with you to help you. Folks, love you, man. Take care.